Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Star Wars Out in the Dark. I am the Radros Archon. I am your storyteller. My name is Will, and last we left off with our group, we picked up with them heading towards the far reaches of known space, following the coordinates that were going to lead them to Camino. It is not, however, on a galactic map. But they dropped out of hyperspace to see the expanding universe still pushing the bounds of the galactic edge. Eedee had heard about the Rishi maze before, and they saw that a signal was set off, and some sensors were going wild as an approaching ship pinged on their radar. Jargo tried to pilot the ship closer, and then they hailed and got to speak to a Kerbin Pike. There was a Rhodian woman who made their way over to the ship with a translator droid who was the dignitary for the Pike Syndicate. She introduced herself as Ruella Dice, and Eedee spoke to her in Rhodese. He also revealed its true nature to her, and after a quick discussion, was coerced into taking a small cargo of spice, that illegal substance, into Coruscant. Eedee tried to tap into the translator droid and found that there were 3 different translation settings, one for a Trandoshan, one for a Rhodian, and one for a Bith, with 3 different personality archetypes designed to match each one of them. He found that its memory was systematically wiped after every mission, and so the only current memories it had was of them leaving a desert planet very similar to Tatooine, except it wasn't a binary system, and following her around the ship with different interactions, and they got to see that Kerbin Pike was a human male. But it all ended with them coming down the tunnel into the actual Winchester ship. So, as part of the consolation prize, they have to deliver 6 large duffel bags of spice. And they discussed their options as the Pike Syndicate left them alone with a map of what areas to avoid in the Rishi maze. And they noticed, well, I should say Jargo opened one of the bags to see that the capsules inside are very sensitive, regulated and checked almost down to the milligram. Drox made his way away from this because he didn't want anything to do with it. And then Eedee turned on the Pike's ship's hyperdrive in a random direction and launched them further into unknown space. They spent the day traveling through the Rishi maze, and Eedee reached out at one point to try and see if they could sense the Rhodian. They did. They are still alive. And so they are still beholden to their deal, it looks like. But as they found Camino and made their way into the atmosphere, both Eedee and Haar felt a coldness come over them as they got closer and closer. Eedee could feel invitations to join a hive, 6 individual invitations exactly, all crying out to be part of something more. They arrived at one of the stilt cities called Kalito. They were hailed and asked what business they had here. And Eedee introduced himself as a Jedi Master and was asked if he was here for Project Mirror Walk. They were told that Dr. Jalista Tall would be alerted to their arrival and that she would meet them in landing port 6. They left Jargo on the ship to wait for Flid, as his exhaustion had kind of finally caught up with him. And Eedee and Haar descended the ramp to speak to Dr. Tall. She told them that they were the first Jedi to arrive on Camino, and revealed that they only had to deal with the Republic and Senator Raimes as of yet. They were taken to one of the larger domes, where they saw that they had grown 5 shard hives from one that was gifted to them. Gifted by a Clayton Vaug Shigeus as their benefactor. The doctor revealed that the Prime Cluster had chosen not to share any information with them, regardless of how many times they've tried to hook it up to a communication device. And they were told that Senator Raimes has given some of the samples from his project over to them to help try to create a bridge between the shards and the doctors on Camino. And when Eedee asked, they were told that the doctor did not have access to that project, as only the ruling council of Camino has access to Rames's project. Eedee asked to have a restraining bolt brought in just in case something bad were happen to him, and to use it on himself or to have somebody else use it on them if they saw that he had not returned to consciousness, and I use the term loosely for him, after he tried to interact with the other shards. And as two of the shard clusters started to glow a shade of red, a large cylindrical trash heap of a ship crashed into the dome, releasing a cadre of droids that were all being led by one misshapen and repaired protocol droid that used to be known as P3 on the Neverwhere. And as P3 revealed that it had grown its own cluster from the Shardling that was broken off oh so long ago when Eedee was first introduced to the group, we left off with Eedee pushing Haar, the doctor, outside the room as Jargo headed towards Flid to warn him about the chaos and to try and find his children before everything got worse. This is where we're going to find our group tonight. Hello, boys.
So, um,
Yeah,
so I'm guessing Flid.
Welcome back.
First of all, I guess Flid was knocked out completely because spice running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll figure that. We haven't told you that part yet. If it makes you feel any better.
Wow, it makes sense. Everything has caught up to me, and I laid the fuck out.
If it really makes you feel better, it was unanimous. I'm
unanimous.
I'm your first mate.
Wow,
that's your friend. That's your friend right
our
there.
Ship is corrupt. Our
best
ship,
friend.
the Winchester, is corrupted.
Because we're best friends.
The Winchester has been corrupted. I don't know. Silas would have agreed with this.
Yep.
Actually, probably.
It wasn't entirely our decision, to be fair.
Spice running. We took a detour from rescuing my boys.
Mm-hmm.
We're on Camino.
Still knocked out, sleeping somehow.
So we are going to pick up right as Eedee pushes Haar and Doctor out of the room. The doors are starting to close, and you see the large Kaminoan woman kind of step forward. Master Jedi, there is a protocol designed to stop the hive clusters from leaving should they ever have gotten legs of some sort. It's called the Exodus Protocol. I don't think I can activate it, however, because you're in the room. They will not be able to distinguish you from the other clusters.
What does it do?
Her face becomes sullen and grief-stricken, and as she's about to say something, the doors close. And the
good to know.
E3 kind of cocks his head at you. Shall we, Father?
It has been a long time, P3.
And as it starts to make its way towards you, surrounded by droids, you shift over to Flid, and you see Jargo come rushing into the room. Yeah, we got problems, man. Are you
Ah,
good to
how
go?
long was I? How long was I out?
A good day.
A good day. Didn't anybody wake me up? Are we in Camino yet? My boys. What's?
Yeah, we're here. We're here.
I get up. I make sure I got the blaster. So what's the? Wait a minute. We're in Camino, and you said there's big trouble. What do you mean by that?
Where do you want me to start? Because there's been a lot that you've missed out on.
The important stuff.
Okay.
Now.
Uh, Eedee and Haar left with some doctor. So we're on our own, but we're on one of the cities.
What about my boys?
I don't know where they are. Haven't been able to find them. I was hoping Eedee could do that, but they
Eedee,
left.
I get on the phone. Eedee, come in.
Anything?
Yeah. Flid's voice comes in.
Not a good time. As I
Eedee,
turn my lightsaber on.
why didn't you wake me up? Where are my boys? Where are you?
If I remember the plan from 2 weeks ago, it is Har and I have gained access to Camino while you and Jargo find your boys. I have a feeling we were told where they were, but I don't remember right now.
We're not.
We were not, but we are on landing port 6.
Not hearing any of this.
I mean, yeah. Did you just page him or did you page an open channel? Excuse me.
An open channel to everybody.
Well, so yeah,
Oh,
so
so you hear
Har would
this.
have heard that.
Yeah, we have a bit of a situation happening right now. Well, we're still figuring it out right now. I was just pushed out of a room and I'm freaking out a little bit.
Yeah. And you see that the doctor is trying to override the locking mechanism on the door to get back in.
Wait, didn't you put the lock on the door?
No, I did not.
Huh?
See, you guys have your hands full. Eedee, keep me posted. Send me your location. I'm sending Jargo to help you guys out.
If I survive, sure.
You're gonna survive. I'm not going to lose any more of this crew, this family.
Find
Yes.
your boys first.
Eedee, I asked you not to die. So please.
Yeah, I've asked him that too, but we're here.
Yeah, here we are.
Are you activating lightsaber combat?
Yes.
Are you gonna do it in one round, or are you gonna take your time?
Take my time.
Okay. So Har will feel Eedee pull on the force, and then you'll feel something else pull on the force as well. Flid, what do you want to do to try to find your boys?
I'm gonna go. I send Jargo to give them a hand. Back up.
All right, if you're sure.
Sure. Where's Osh, Drox, Adeline, and Verdu?
Adeline is with your wife, as always. Osh is sitting in the communal area talking to Drox. Ruldu is somewhere on the ship.
Drox, I'm gonna need you to get this ship ready just in case we need to do an emergency evac. Get
Another one of
Rodu
those.
up. Yeah. Get Rodu up to speed. Osh,
You see him pointing at 6 large duffel bags.
What's that?
That's contraband.
Like, how long was I out?
Drox looks at
How
you.
did this get on my ship?
Your first mate, Eedee, made a deal with the Pike Syndicate to traverse
Pike
spice
Syndicate?
to Coruscant.
One thing at a time. We don't got time to deal with this right now. Eedee and Haar are in a jam. Jargo's about to meet up with them and help them out. Osh, you're with me. Go rescue my boys. Just your nephews.
All right, you see him pull his blaster pistol.
Drox, get the Winchester ready in case.
All right, you got it, boss. And you hear him
And
get on the
Drox?
comms. Rildu, come on up, wherever you are.
Drox.
Yeah.
A moment, please.
All right, sure, yeah. And he pulls you into the hallway that leads to the cockpit.
As soon as my boy. Excuse me, sorry.
Mhm.
As soon as my boys get on the Winchester, prepare for evac.
What about the
Whether
rest
I'm
of
on the
you?
ship whether I'm on the ship or not. The others are gonna be on the ship as well. My boys definitely must leave with their mother. You got that?
Yeah, all right. I understand.
No, and everybody else will be on this ship before that happens as well.
I hope so.
I hope so too, Drox, because I can't afford to lose any more. Looking at you, Brandon.
I'm actively coming up with plans right now.
All right. And I head on out into Wash.
So you run off with Osh. Their Camino is just as you've seen in the prequel trilogies. It is always raining. It is almost raining 80% of the time. The oceans are wild underneath you. You see them roiling. The bubble city looks to just have all these half domes sticking out of it. You can see that one in particular is on fire, and there's a cylindrical, what looks to be just a heap of trash that has crashed into it and sticking out of it kind of like a straw. You can only imagine that must be where Eedee and Haar are currently dealing with whatever troubles they're dealing with.
I have a feeling that's where Eedee's at.
But the bubble city sits there before you. Where do you want to try to go first?
Go into the bubble city.
Nope.
And oh, Osh, this is nothing like Sullus, huh?
Yeah.
As we break through the rain and
Yeah, he looks around. He's like covering his face with his blaster. Like, nah, this is wild. This is nothing like home.
Osh, what do you know about Camino?
Fuck all. Nothing.
All right, same here. All right.
You rush through the doors as they open to greet you, and you see that there are 2 Republic soldiers standing there with their blaster rifles on their backs. They turn to see you, and they immediately notice Osh's rank, and you see them both salute.
I knew he would come in handy.
You see they salute their commander. What are you doing here? And he kind of looks over at you, looks back at them. Routine inspection.
Nice.
Waste works.
One of them kind of looks at him and is like, are you here for the big project, sir? And he kind of looks at Flid again and then looks back at them. Yeah, obviously. Take us over there. And the officer looks at Flid kind of suspiciously. Oh, sir, that's only for personnel that have been vetted by Senator Raimes and his men. We can't just take people into Project Icarus Dawning. And Osh just kind of scoffs. Do you not know who this is? This is one of the best Sulliston doctors we have. If anybody can figure out what to do with those boys, it's him. I'll take us to them. And you see that the two officers kind of recognize the terms that you're using. And they're like, all right, so yeah, sure. And one of them kind of pulls out a data pad. What's your name, doctor? You're muted. In such a great moment.
You speak in Celestin to Arth. Acting like I don't speak
Basic.
language. Pretty much. Yeah, just tell him whatever my name is and this and that. Whatever it takes, Ash.
He nods at you, turns back to the soldiers. Forgive him. The translator chip on his modulator must be broken. This is Dr. Philatus. Philatus Dill. And they write it down. Right this way, Dr. Dill. And they start leading you.
Out of all the names.
Yep. What happens?
I just nod my head. And in Celestin, I'm like, really? Dr. Philatus Dill? Ash?
He looks at you and in Celestin, he's just like, I'm not good at names.
No, Ash, I hated that name when we were growing up.
That's so long ago. Get over it.
Over it. Apparently you who have not gotten over it. You.
One of the guards turns back as he's leading you through the tunnels, through the bubbles of the city. Commander, do you know if the agent that was released from the project will be coming back? And Ash is like, that's above my pay grade, officer. I don't deal with them. I'm just like you. I do what I'm told. I was told to bring Dr. Philatus here. That's what I'm doing. The ins and outs don't concern me as much as just getting the job done, getting back so I can continue to fly. And one of them kind of shakes his head. Yeah, I'm applying for transfer over to the wing division. There's more action out there, I think. And Osh starts to just gush about piloting and what it means to him. And the two of them just talk the whole way through. And as you're being led to whatever Project Icarus Dawning is, we jump over to Haar. Haar, what are you trying to do to get in, if you're trying to get back into Eedee?
Trying to kick this door open. I'm trying to pry it open because this doctor here is not doing a very good job of opening it. All I know is that I sensed something weird. I heard a weird and I know that something is happening in there, so I need to involve myself. It's for Eedee.
Mm-hmm. Let's have you be the first roll of the night then. And let's see you do a strength check.
Okay. Just a general strength check?
Just a general strength check. Let's see if you can help pry open the doors.
Okay. I got a 12.
12. With an explosion, too. So you put your clawed hands on either side of this seam. You start to pull. The doctor kind of looks over at you as she's trying to override whatever has kicked her out. And she just kind of stops and bangs on the computer. And she comes over and she starts to help you as well. And you see, excuse me, you manage to open it a sliver. It's maybe the size of a dime. You see Eedee engaged with a bunch of just what looked to be ramshackled, kind of shoddily put together droids that are protecting this one droid in the center who looks like a misshapen protocol droid who has this red energy sword compared to Eedee's green energy sword. But Eedee, what are you doing?
Crying.
Okay.
Crying a lot.
Okay.
I
I'm
look. Can I look
I'm-
through the hole?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to hold, like, I super defensive.
Mhm.
For if anyone's taking a strike at me, I'll counter, but it's pure defense.
Okay.
How close are the other droids to the one with the energy sword?
They're surrounding him. Like they're protecting him.
Can I use my force? I want to see this. I want to scream, "Idiot!" And I want to see if I can push the group in on the one droid.
Let's see what you can do with your one die of alter.
I'm gonna blow him a kiss for inspiration.
This is not that kind of campaign.
So I haven't used my
could
force
be.
yet. I have my one. Do I just roll that one?
Yep.
Oh God.
So you can feel Har pulling on the force.
Tapping to that dark side.
I'm angry.
But yeah.
You're-
So let's have you make
I'm-
a couple of lightsaber rolls as some of the droids do throw
All
themselves
right.
on top of you.
I'm going to scream, Eedee, you're not doing this alone!
With lightsaber combat or
And
without?
There's
With
my attempt.
With? Okay. Okay. All right.
an
So
11.
that's
That's
1,
impressive.
2, 3.
Ooh, 1 on the wild die.
That 33, does that give me a force point?
It does.
Yes.
It does.
Awesome.
All your rolls would have gotten you a force point.
So I have 3 force points?
No. You can only ever get 1.
I thought. Okay.
But I'm just saying you could have chosen any one of those 3 to give you a force point.
Beautiful.
You cut through 3 droids as they just throw themselves at you. They don't even have vibro weapons. They just have jagged pieces of metal that have been welded into places to make them offensive, destructive. And they are just... There's no rhyme or reason to their attacks. They're clawing over each other as they fall apart. And all you hear is not even coming through the voice modulator that he has on the protocol droid, but just you hear it over the electromagnetic spectrum that you two share, and you imagine that the rest of the hives can hear it as well. But there is this laughter, just this maniacal, crazed, enjoyed laughter coming from Pete, from P3.
You have been so damaged. We can try and repair you. If only you let us.
There is no repairing what you have done. And you feel him pull on the force. Is that enough? 16.
Got military grade body armor.
I know.
What are you trying to do?
Yeah, it is not enough to counteract your military grade armor. But you see him pull on the force, and there is this destructive wave. Okay. 18 gets me character scale. Okay. You see this wave, this kind of line as its left hand comes up, and very similar to the shape of where his fingers are, there's just this wave of negative emotion, and you hear what is the very violent ripping of the electromagnetic forces that you communicate through. And it tears apart some of its own droids trying to get to you, but by the time that this wave of energy gets to you, it's already dissipated. The droids in front of you have shielded you, and a third hive starts to shift into the red spectrum.
And it's not what I want to do. Oh, actually, that might be what I want to do. Dim others' senses. Could I do that on the remaining clusters?
Ooh. See what it says, shall we?
Yeah.
So that's not what you want to do. What force is it? There it is. Sense and alter.
Control sense?
Not sense and alter.
Sense alter.
The power greatly reduces the perception of the target character. If successful, reduce the target's perception and all perception skills, depending on the result.
So to do, I want to do that to lower the other clusters and like their like intake on P3 and I, if that makes sense.
You could do one cluster at a time.
Okay.
Which one do you want to start with?
I'll start with the last one to go red.
Okay. The one that's shifting into the red spectrum?
Yeah.
Are you also going to try to keep this power up?
Yes.
Okay. So, you're going to make your sense roll at full dice. And you're going to subtract 1 dice from your alter roll.
All right. It's not good. We're not doing too good.
I mean, the sense roll is the easy one because it's modified by proximity. So 11 is enough. The alter difficulty is contested, though. I got 15. You got 5. You try to reach out with the force. It kind of cocks its head at you. P3 kind of cocks its head at you. And you can tell that it doesn't know what you're doing. And you just hear it. You have skills that I was not privy to.
I learned more in your absence than your hate has taught you.
And you see he himself starts to shift into the red spectrum, and some of the droids collapse, almost like if the power source that was driving them had just stopped.
You trying?
Har, what do you want to try to? How do you want to try to help now?
The droids are all gone.
No, they're still there.
I don't. Oh, I thought they were. I thought they were
No,
disassembled.
there's like there was when he got out about 3 dozen. Now there's maybe 2 dozen left.
I would like to continue to try to use what force I have to knock them over like dominoes, starting
A
from one to
gun?
the other. No, I
You were
don't.
given your gun back.
He didn't give me my gun back.
Yeah,
Did
he
he?
did.
Yeah,
And you have a sword.
he has a stun baton.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I thought he still had my gun.
You have a gun and a stun baton right now.
Could my gun fit through the hole that I've pried open in the door?
Yeah, I mean not the whole gun, but definitely the part that matters.
I have a better idea. I think my stun baton would fit through, wouldn't it?
Not really.
Damn. In that case, I pull out my slug thrower,
Okay.
and I'm going to place it as much as I can over the hole towards the directions of the droid group.
Mhm.
And I know this is gonna like hit the sides of the door, so hopefully it'll open up a bigger hole. But I'm going to just fire a shot into it.
Okay. Roll your firearms.
Ooh, green went dark. Ba, 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 ba.
We'll see
A
what
bow.
happens. 14. That is enough to hit one of the droids. Roll your gun's damage.
That would be done.
Ooh.
18. Yeah, that's terrible. You see you shoot one, you hear the loud thunder crack of the pistol, which is like a 40 caliber, and it just tears away the shoulder and the accompanying kind of circuitry of one of the droids, and you see it collapse.
Not without a fight.
Going back to Flid, you come into one of the bubbled parts of the city, and the officers kind of step to the side. They salute again. Osh, this is as far as we can go, sir. Beyond here, only Raimes, the council, and those with clearance can pass. You have the doctor swipe his identity card here. It should let him right through. And you hear him turn to you, and he says nonsense in Sulistan, almost like he's trying to show them that he's translating. Then he turns back to them. Of course, he's gonna do that right now.
I look at Osh. And Celestin, I'm like, do they need to stay here or do they need to go back to their post?
And Celestin, he turns to you, he's like, we're probably gonna have to either knock them out or figure out a way to deal with them. They want to see you go through.
And I started like going to my pockets and I'm like, and Celestin, it looks like I misplaced what they need.
And he turns to them. Gentlemen, is there a way that one of you could open the door for him? He seems to have left his identity card on the ship. And both of them shake their heads. No, sir. We don't have the clearance to go in there. He turns to you and Celestin and he's like, all right, well, what's your plan? Because I'll follow whatever you do. But I'd rather not kill these guys.
I look around. Is there any other guards or anything?
Oh, it's just two of them.
And Celestin looks like knocking them out.
It's like, all right. Which one do you want, left or right?
And without hesitation, I just go for the closest one to me.
Who is this Flid?
This is Flid when his boys are in great peril.
All
and he
right.
needs to get his family back.
Make a brawling roll.
Good thing I've been practicing on brawling, right?
I hope so.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Wait, no. Oh, yeah, I do have brawling. So I was like, wait a minute. I could have sworn I was doing some brawling, some lifting.
Yeah, do you even lift,
Got
bro?
Yo, Flid doesn't have the dad bod no more, right?
Oh. Damn.
7. But that's not going to happen because I'm going to use
Up to 2 character points.
Ha! 7 plus 17, and it exploded.
Nice. 7 would have been enough. I rolled a 12, but 1 on the wild die. So removing the 1 and the 6 that I got, left him with a 5 to try and dodge you. So 7 still would have hit. So roll your strength. Osh also knocked out the one that hit the one that he was aiming for.
Is 8 good enough, or should I use character point?
I mean, you can use it 2 character points.
I'm doing it. That's it. 18.
18 more?
No, it was 8 plus 10.
Okay. So 18. I rolled a 5, so that's a difference of 13. So you definitely knocked him out.
This is a different Flid.
Yeah. And Osh rolled 7, 10, 15 damage against a 4 soak. So he knocks his guy out. And you just hear the thud of both bodies as they come slumping down. And you see him kind of look at you with this kind of raised eyebrow of a ridge. Where'd you learn to throw a punch like that? I thought you were a cook.
Sometimes you gotta beat the meat.
I bet you do.
It helps tenderize. I go up to the comm. Eedee, if you're not too busy now, I could use your help. I need to get past these doors.
Hold on. Let me save my son.
Yeah, we're a little bit. Huh?
Your son. He,
Eedee. How?
He is me, and I am he, and we are one the same.
But you're killing each other.
Probably. I do not wish this, but if that is what he wants.
Uh,
Edie, you save your son. I want you back on that Winchester.
That is my only goal.
That's an order from your captain.
If I don't survive, do not
Well,
give Har my lightsaber.
that is not a promise, and you will, and I will earn it from your hands.
Meanwhile, I'm just fucking slicing.
And I'm blast. There I am, blasting.
Yeah, you're cutting through the droids. You see that it gives them an order silently, and they start to kind of go from protecting him to kind of surrounding Eedee, and it makes its way to one of the other clusters. And you can feel the electromagnetism being shifted as it's communicating with them, and you see that it will not turn red, and you feel this coldness come over it, and both of you feel it summon the Force, but it doesn't do it like it did it before. There's a lot of anger now in this, and you see him use that same ability that he tried to use on you, and he just shatters this hive.
I rush him.
And the scream that only him and Eedee hear is blood curdling is not the word. It is sad. It is angry. And it is questioning. And as quickly as this hive cluster screams its painful demise out into the electromagnetic ether, it is silenced. And you feel the shard pieces fall out of the now shattered enclosure. The droids are trying to hold on to you and stop you from moving. Make a strength check against all of them. We'll see.
Like strength, flat strength, or like climbing, brawling, lifting?
No, flat strength.
Okay. 12. I'm gonna drop 2 character points into that.
Okay.
For a 19 total.
19 total.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. So first one rolled a 7.
Okay.
You pull past them. Next one rolled a 6. Pull past them. A 9 is not enough to stop you. A 12 was almost enough to stop you.
Oof. Okay.
And a 14 was almost enough to stop you.
Oh.
But you have juked these 5 droids that were on top of you, and you've rushed over. Make your lightsaber strike against your son.
35.
Oh my god.
You want that damage?
Hold on.
Oh.
I'm piecing together all of his dice.
His
Because
bitch ass dice. If I insult him right now, I won't cry about it. His loser dice.
Yeah, he only has a lightsaber skill of 4 dice, plus 2, and his sense is 5 dice. So that's 9 dice.
Classic dad technique.
Let's see. 10, 20, 28 plus 2 is 30. 35.
Over by 5.
Yeah. 35 hits him.
God. So roll damage.
Roll damage.
31.
So you're adding your control to this.
Oh. Whoa.
No. I'm saying your lightsaber damage already has your control added to it.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, 31.
Okay, so you're...
I got so excited there for a second. 31 plus 15 would have been wild.
No. So you're actively using your lightsaber combat to cause damage to this thing.
Yeah, I'm shooting to kill.
Okay. It does not have military grade armor. I'm only rolling 3 dice to soak. 11 means there's a difference of 24. I don't know how familiar you are with the Star Wars damage system.
If you want an anecdote, remember that Romeo and Juliet game we played and I didn't realize how much damage I did and I killed the Romeo?
Yes.
Yeah, there's that. And then there's the last time Eedee killed 3 men back to back.
Yeah. This is why lightsaber combat lets you add or subtract your control from your lightsaber damage. Because anytime that you do more than 16 points of difference from damage to soak, you have killed your target. So what has Eedee done to this Shardling?
I want to say there's the moment of watching this cluster vanish.
Yeah.
And all Eedee is like thinking of is, I've been in this place before. I won't allow myself to go down this path again. And it's that as like they're charging up like lightsaber, like straight, like sideways as they're just charging into P3. And then it's just the slice, the walk forward. And it's like, I've been in this place before. I won't allow myself to fall there again. However, I can't think the same thing for you, as just like that chassis just slices down and the crystal inside cries.
Oh yeah. There is a moment where the one cluster that was shifting red stops. And the red just starts to cascade down through its body, almost like it's being cleansed. The 2 that were red before are now a deeper crimson than they were before. And you can feel this radiating hate coming from them. And as P3's upper body hits the floor, and you see the Shardling's upper half starting to fall apart, you hear, "Does this make you happy?" And you can see that some of the rain from outside has started to splatter in, the droids that were surrounding you are starting to fall apart and fall over. And you see that there are these wet streaks on either side of P3's ocular cavities that are making it look like he's crying. And you see the arm that's still attached to its lower part of the body reaches out in your direction, and you just see it kind of very rough trying to grab onto your clothing, onto just trying to get to your shoulder, and you just hear it. There's a bit of static in its voice box. I just wanted to be like you. And the large cluster at the base of P3's body collapses. It shatters. You can hear the sound of broken glass. And the ship itself that it came in starts to disintegrate as well, starts to fall apart. It's almost like he didn't even fight you at its full strength. It was using a lot of itself to control the army, to keep the ship together. And that is a frightening thought to have. And we shift to Flid. What are you trying to do? How are you getting into this place?
I have no access. You have no access. It's busy right now. I mean, Eedee's busy right now. Isn't Argo computer savvy?
Jargo is an engineer. He's more built for fixing things.
And Eedee and Haar are busy.
Yeah.
It's like I am going to attempt to try to hack this. Flip's feeling brave right now.
Do it, bro. Do it.
Computer program repair.
No, it is to hack. It's a skill called security.
Don't got it. So technical.
So it's going to default to technical.
6
with one on the wild die.
Yeah, but I am going to use 2 character points.
I don't know if that's going to help you.
11.
Yeah. You pop open the console, the wall underneath the console that's there at the door. You're like, how hard could this be? I've seen people do this before. And you just start to like rip wires out. You start to cross colors. And you see the blast doors close off. And Ash just kind of looks down at you. Yeah, I think you might want to do the opposite of whatever you just did.
I shouldn't pull this wire out, and what you're telling me?
I mean, we're here now. Keep going.
And yeah, I keep going.
You put enough monkey lizards in the room, one of them's gonna pump out Shakespeare.
8. NAMI 2 character points. 8 and 5, that's 12.
13.
13.
Yeah, you see the blast doors at the other end of the hallway close, locking you into the hallway. You hear a computer. jettison of tube in 30 seconds.
What?
And Ash is like, that's not us, right? Like we're not about to be jettisoned into this ocean, are we?
I don't panic. Don't panic. Do this. Oh. 3 and a 1 exploded.
Oh no.
12,
Oh.
but
Oh.
it exploded. So it's like it count.
Yeah, I mean you got 15. So you hear jettison cancelled.
Whatever that meant, it's canceled.
You want me to just try to shoot this thing?
Sure, Ash. Just blast your way through these doors, just like you've done throughout your life and our childhood and everything. Go ahead.
Yeah. And you see him.
Where did the progression come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
doing you a favor.
Yeah.
He's
Go ahead.
taking this very personally.
Yeah, for real.
Go ahead, Ash.
And you see him. He just sticks the gun into the panel that you've opened up, and he just starts to shoot. And he empties his clip into this core computer. And as he replaces it, there's a moment, and slowly you see the locks on the blast doors give out. And he's like, there you go. Now we just got to push it open with our hands. That can't be too hard.
Just look at Ash, and I curse in Celestin, and I go and start pulling on one end of the door.
Yep, and he starts pulling on the other. Har, with the Shardling defeated, whatever was holding this door in place has ended, and you managed to pry it open. Eedee is victorious.
Eedee! I run up to Eedee. Oh, you're in one piece. Mostly.
Yes.
You had to do it, huh? Well,
Yes.
I'm having mixed feelings with whatever your lessons are, Eedee.
Don't
But
be a
I can at
father.
least say that you are in
I
one
grab his head.
piece.
Har,
Ah,
do not become a father.
ugh, trust me. With what I've had to deal with, I don't want that. Well,
Dr. Tall,
She stands in the doorway. Master Jedi.
you should put on calming music and meditate with the 2 red clusters. They are angry.
Is that the best course
I'm
of
gonna
action?
whisper up to Har.
Yes.
To Eedee. Hey, Eedee.
Yes, Har.
So,
Yes.
they're probably very mad at us that we probably ruined their project, but I don't like the idea of their project in the first place, so can we trust these people?
Har. Lesson number 2. We can't trust anyone. Don't be a father, and don't trust anyone.
Noted.
And if you fail lesson number 1, lesson number 3 is your children are for sure going to try and kill you.
Listen, Eedee.
Wait,
I've
hold
been
on, hold on. Dr. Tall,
It's a Jedi.
I suggest you separate the 2 red clusters and meditate with them. until they turn a lighter hue. In the event that does not happen, I would call in the Jedi Order.
We have seen this before with other clusters as we were trying to affect the cloning process with them. We always thought it was an aberration. So we destroyed the previous attempts.
No. They are just mad. They are just angry.
It's fascinating that they show emotions and colors. Do you do the same thing?
I'm sure you can see me clear as day. I'm like a bright old blue for sadness.
Bright blue for sad.
I'm a sad boy. Yeah.
She kind of looks down at you. I see. All this time we thought the coloration was mutation of the cloning process.
Doctor, when a human cries, do you put them down or do you soothe them?
Are humans prone to crying? I have never seen one,
Yeah.
so I don't know the parameters of your question.
Oh, well then yes. Does your species cry, Doctor?
I'm sure we can.
What if however you show emotion is the same as it's the same concept. We show emotion through the color change. Now, if you excuse me, I need to make a serious call. I have just been attacked by a young Sithling. And I just start walking away in the direction that I think Flid went.
Okay.
If anything, I'm sprinting.
I mean, it's not like you have the ability to sense where he is.
I do. Wait, I do. Shut up. And we're best friends, so it's like gonna be really easy to find him.
Jedi Master. I'm
sense.
just gonna run to wherever I think he is.
I'm just gonna run in his direction. Life sense. Let's go.
I'm gonna touch Eedee at the hip.
13 with the green box.
So it exploded.
Yeah, that's called love. I'm actually very distraught right now. I never expected to actually kill him.
Yeah.
Very sad moment.
1/1 kill, like a samurai.
Rip P3.
But you ping
I
out
didn't know.
and you sense that he is on a lower level from you, and almost in the complete opposite direction of where you came from the ship.
Okay.
So you start taking off in that direction. Flid and Osh, between the two of you, you manage to pull the blast doors open. Excuse me, you pull the doors open enough to see that there is this large domed structure. And in the center, you see the same thing. There are two distinct carbonite shapes that are in very clearly your boys. They have the same medical equipment, kind of looking after their vital signs that your wife has. But you notice that there are 4 cylindrical tubes that look to be filled with bacta of some kind. 3 of the tubes are empty. One of them, however, has what looks to be this feminine form, but there's no hair on the body. The eyes are larger than normal for a human, It is humanoid. It does have arms and legs, but you notice that the hands are webbed. There's only 4 fingers, almost very Sullustan. And the feet are also webbed, and there's only like about 4 toes. And as you come into the dome, it kind of presses its hands against the glass and leans over, trying to see who you are.
Look. Does it look like AIM?
No.
It looks Sullustan, but it's not Sullustan.
It doesn't look Sullustan. It looks humanoid. Like there's a similar kind of ridged swoop to the nose like a Sullustan would have, but it doesn't go all the way. It doesn't create those cheeks. And the mouth is very much human. The chin kind of comes to a point.
I did an alien species roll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a 15 with a 1.
Oh yeah. You've never seen anything like this before.
I have to set it free. Osh, whatever this is.
Osh stops you, and he kind of points in some directions. You can see what looks to be just these little red dots that are barely visible, that are kind of stacked one on top of the other, creating what must be just 24. And he kind of points in the other direction, and he looks at you. He's like, "That's a tripwire cage. This is a trapped room."
In other words, this is not good.
Right.
Can I make a movement, Osh, or no?
If you trip any of these lasers, we'll see what happens, but I'd rather not take that chance.
Look to see if there's any lasers or any of this around the two boys and the carbonite that they're in.
If there are, they're not visible. They're much better hidden than these are. Like these are very clearly pronounced. Like they are anything more than a step into the room would have triggered these whatever trap this is.
I don't know what's going on. This is. I look around the room to see if I see anything that stands out or anything that might give me an idea.
The room looks to just be a medical room, but it's been cleared out. It looks like it just has the boys in the center, the 4 tubes around them, the medical equipment to look at everything. The one feminine creature that's still in its tube. And then the rest of the room is just window. There's a very thin kind of ring where the body windows kind of are held in place, and then the dome window starts. And there's another circular dome top to the room itself. in the lightning from the storm, it almost looks like there's a ship descending.
We gotta make haste. What do you suggest, Osh?
I mean,
Yeah.
you got somebody that can try to hack this grid.
Yeah, but they're busy right now, and that's Eedee. He's handling his own family affairs as well. I won't take that away from him.
All right, I understand. Edie, do you still have lightsaber combat up?
Honestly, I don't think I'm in a thought process to turn it off yet.
Okay.
Like I'm all bets going right now.
Okay. Roll your lightsaber skill then.
My
As
lightsaber
a
skill.
flash of danger suddenly pops into your
48.
into your mind. That's a good roll.
I'm like Silas with a gun, but with a lightsaber, and when I have a special ability turned on.
Of course. When it's turned on.
Basically the same thing.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We're like best friends, him and I.
I mean, you think so?
Yeah.
From the stories I heard, everybody got along.
I'm for sure best friends with his best friend Barnaby, who's on this ship waiting for me to come back, so I can tell him about my whole day.
Actually, Barnaby and I are really close.
Fuck off. Literally fuck off. I speak. We have nighttime droid conversations. That's been canon since like episode 3. Fuck off.
We're gonna have to ask Jeff what Barnaby thinks of Edie. You rolled 48.
I did.
I rolled a 56.
Whoa!
What is that, man?
My doom. That's what.
How a 56?
And as you're running, well, that's what happens when you have 12 dice in the skill. As you're running through the halls, following the ping that Flid has given you, Haar suddenly notices that there is a crack that appears in the dome of the top of this tube that you're running through, and it's very thin, very small, but it suddenly refracts the red laser that shot through it, and Edie suddenly loses all manner of ocular capabilities as Haar sees the entire head of this body just fly back, and a clean blaster shot just severed the head from the body.
Oh, I think I know who this is. Oh no. Oh no. Flid, he's here.
It's him, right? The sniper?
He's here. And I can't talk to you anymore.
Logan Volff?
Logan Volff.
I would like. It came from above, right?
Yep, and a ship swoops by you.
So I could still run down from the tube we're in into somewhere that's more sheltered, yes?
Yes. Yes.
I would like to pick up the head and help run through the tube.
Why am I still connected to the head?
Not at all. You've lost all the ability to see through it, to talk through it.
Well, I know how Eedee works. He's not dead.
Yeah, no, the body.
They didn't hit the part that mattered.
The body's still moving.
Yeah, I'm still going.
Yeah.
I'm guessing now.
I mean,
Then as
all you have
soon
now
as-
is the direct line. You're like, this is the only way that matters. This is the way that's gonna lead me to Flid.
This
And
is
if
where
I
he
hit a
is.
wall, I hit a wall, bro. That's what I'm there for.
I'm just gonna cut through a wall. Fuck it.
Eedee, hold on to me and just point your hand. I'm running.
Okay.
You're gonna trust Har to lead you.
I'm pointing. Look, I'm pointing in the direction. Har just has to follow that. I'm a compass right now.
Okay, that's what you're
You
doing.
make it seem as if I can't follow a single command. I'm a Padawan.
Oh no.
You can
we're
trust
dead.
me, Master.
We're dead. He's gonna come in. He's gonna shoot my legs out. We're dead.
You are gonna be dead. Maybe.
I've survived so much
You-
today.
So
We were
much.
wrong. I'm not gonna.
I'm booking it. I am very fast.
We were wrong. I'm not the last member. This is the last chapter of this Star Wars game.
Yeah, Will was like, we're gonna take a break after this one. Yeah, of course we are. Killing off all our characters today.
That's it. That's it. It's over.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an extra. We're just gonna do an extra long episode today. Why? Don't worry about it. We're just gonna kill you guys off real quick.
So,
It's time to form that Jawa. The
That
Jawa.
Jawa.
listen, the
Rock
last time that 3 players were like, "Hey, we all want to play the same race," it ruined the game for me for about a year. So, if you are dead set on playing 3 Jawas, I will find a new game to run on Fridays.
Well, it wouldn't just be 3 Jawas. I would propose 3 Jawas in a trench coat.
Those Mon Cal Jedi's were cool, all right? True.
They were not.
Triplets. The triplets.
They were not. The good news.
All I'm saying.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is we got Jargo, and then we got 3 Jawas.
No. Especially not after watching the Book of Boba Fett. Jawas can go die in a fire.
What? Like that?
Fuck Jawas.
Oh no!
Damn, I gotta
That
get
was
on.
always the consensus.
Spoilers for Book of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah. If you haven't seen Book of Boba Fett, just know that you're gonna hate Jawas.
Have I gotten shot in the stomach yet?
No. You see the ship swoops around. Har can see the ship has swooped over and it's come around. But you see through the thunderstorm another red shot ring out, but it's not directed in your direction. The good news is that I rolled a 1 on my wild die to hit Osh. And so that
To hit Osh?
removed the 1 and the highest die that I had rolled, so I only got 31.
To hit Osh.
So let me see if Osh can dodge that.
Osh better dodge.
Oh my god!
Oshkosh can dodge.
How was the game tonight, babe? Oh, it was okay. What happened? Like a lot of important people died. Are you sad again? Oh yeah. Very much. I have open house tomorrow. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
22 is not enough.
No way.
And
Osh is gone.
you see a sudden burst through the glass on the far end of the dome. You see the ship swooping by, and it's a barely visible glimpse of this red laser light refracted as it comes in. But you hear Osh, duck! And as he pushes you out, you see the arm, and you feel the arm kind of continue to push you out of the room, but you hear him screaming in pain. And you notice that his right arm is on this side, your side of the tube, and the rest of his body is still in the room.
Osh. Osh, are you alright? Osh.
I'm gonna need medical attention whenever you get the chance and you see him pass out.
Oh.
I go and I start giving him medical attention. I want to do a tourniquet.
You're gonna light a fire.
What are you going to use for this tourniquet?
I
His pants.
yeah, I rip I tear up some of the. Shit, hold on, man. Let me let me get my
Yeah.
thoughts.
While you think about
How-
that,
How far are we?
Har and Eedee are maybe 500 meters away.
What is that in
Excuse
feet?
me, 1,500 feet.
It's like,
Oh, that's a lot.
so we don't see this. We're not in direct line of
You
sight.
are not in direct line of sight. You still got to go down another level. And you notice that as you descend the stairway, and you come into this this kind of holding chamber, you can see what looks to be Flid or Osh, one of the Sulastans, trying to tend to the other one. You can see 2 Republic troopers that are unconscious near a set of blast doors. But the tube that leads you to where they are is just glass. Only the floor is metal. It is
So
clearly a hunter's blind. It is
And I don't know this.
no.
I'm gonna be honest. Eedee doesn't know there's a glass wall.
Nope.
He's gonna keep walking.
Yes, I'm pulling Eedee along.
I can't hear you, bud.
He has no way to hear you.
I got no hear. I got no vision. I got no sound. I am walking to my friend.
And
Only the force.
I just want to get there fast.
Yeah.
So I run.
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
All right.
Wow. This is shit. Let me get my book and start looking at.
We need to get to the ship.
I want
The longer we're here, the longer we're in a line of fire.
The three Jawas, and we're in a band, and it's just we're trying to get to nationals or something.
Yeah.
I think that'd be. Oh, that's a fun game.
So
Johnny Jawa in the game.
I know how much you love this question. So Eedee.
Yeah.
Even are odds in your favor.
Oh!
I knew it.
Can I roll for dodge? The second I see a little red light.
Use the force.
Even.
It is a 4.
Yes!
Roll your lightsaber skill.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I should not have this much power.
And
You should
we'll
have
see.
all the power.
Hold on.
Yep.
I'm not done. Okay, now I'm done. 39 plus 6.
You used character points?
Yeah,
You're a
these 2
jerk.
character points.
You're a jerk.
Yeah, I better be. This next one, when we have to go across, force point.
This is you going across.
Well, no, like the other way.
Oh.
We have to cross back, force point. My only one.
It's a good thing that you rolled your character dice, your character points, because I got a 10, 20, 30, 8, 39.
Oh, we would have tied?
You would have tied.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
You would have lost your lightsaber.
Oh. Well, no, I did not. What happens with whatever my 45?
You have kept your lightsaber combat up. It is just giving you the briefest of glimpses of the danger that's coming. It is almost, if it weren't for the droid CPU to help you analyze what's coming, you wouldn't have the speed to react to this. Like a normal human Jedi would have probably bit the farm already. But you just see that because Har is leading you, he's put himself in the line of fire, and as there's this glimpse of danger in front of you, you spin forward and almost like a golf swing, you come up and deflect what would have been a kill shot right at Har's head. But you
I'll
hear
thank you
the
for that later when we're out of the tube.
you hear the engines of the ship as it swoops around for another pass.
But now we're in safety.
You are in
Could I have picked up the arm on the way in?
Osh's arm?
Well, yes, I feel like I made a connection that
I think
someone's missing an arm.
I think Flid still has it.
Okay, so someone has it.
Yeah.
I still have his arm.
Yeah. Like the way I saw it in my mind is like Flid freaked out, put the arm under his arm, and then just started to work on the tourniquet to try to save his brother's life.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's pretty much exactly what I did.
Eedee, give me. Oh, you
Alright.
can't even help in this situation.
I don't know what you're. I don't know what's happening. I
And
just know
I
I am 2 feet away from my
Can I-
destination.
Can
You
I
are
try
there.
computer programming to try to see if I can wire his head back together?
That's gonna be droid repair more than anything else.
Ah, I'm not good at that.
I got 7 dice in droid repair. What's up?
It's a shame.
I got 7 dice. Too bad I can't see.
It's a
Can't you sense
shame.
yourself?
You can't see. Seeing is the important part. Let me see what Jargo has.
Well, I would like to try helping with first aid on Osh.
Sure.
Don't
Oh,
worry, I'm trained in this.
guess who doesn't
Har.
have droid repair?
He doesn't?
Does not.
Sucks. Oh no.
Har, Eedee. Eedee? Where's mine? Where?
Yeah, I'm guessing that the thing that lost this arm also is the thing that made Eedee lose his head a bit.
Yep. You see that Har has Eedee's head underneath one of his arms.
Right. Listen to me, Har.
Yes.
Me Eedee's head, and I hand over Osh's arm. I give him his arm.
This looks bad, but I'll try my best.
Right. First aid. We'll see what happens.
I already rolled it.
12 with a 1 on the wild die. He is very clearly not putting on the arm correctly.
Sorry, not my species.
It
But I
is-
will try to just hold it together
It is a little bit
until there's a
too,
professional.
too different.
Har. I need you to take my brother and his arm and take him back to the Winchester.
Slight problem with that. I think we only have one way out.
As he says that, all of you see, except for Eedee.
Yeah.
All of you see the ship just kind of descend. So it's looking straight into the room, straight at all of you. You can see from the top, there is what looks to be this very familiar face. You remember the mustache, the slicked back hair. It is Logan Volff. And although he has his sniper rifle up on his shoulder, What you notice is that it looks like he's waving at the group, but it's not a full hand. It's almost like he's waving a fist. And out of nowhere, there is a sudden communication that Eedee feels through the electromagnetic spectrum. And Flid, Osh, and Har see the laser grid suddenly dissipate in the room. Four little explosions in the corners of where Zot and Zex are, and you see the entire platform of their carbonite frozen bodies and their medical equipment just drop into the ocean.
What?
Hey, remember that film we saw? Yeah, that's the guy.
And then the ship starts to make its way up into the atmosphere.
Oh, that was just spite. Oh,
I run straight towards that location, and if I have to, I'll dive in the water.
can I
Okay.
use the force to try to lift them up?
You can certainly try.
I buff him when I feel him using it.
Sure.
That's the most I can do right now.
That is the most you can do right now.
I can't. I don't know what's happening.
Yep.
Trying. Do I roll for it?
Yeah, roll.
Hi, Joe.
Roll your altar. Eedee, roll your altar.
Can I use my force point now?
No.
Okay.
Do I have a force point?
I get on the
top of the round.
comm too.
I have one first force point.
Yeah.
That was the time to use it.
Do they expend when I use them?
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
So
Well, this is important, so I'm gonna use it. How do I use it?
You can't. You need to declare that at the top of the round.
Oh.
So once rolling has happened, the round has started.
Damn.
What is Flid's swimming skill? Does he have swimming? I hope so. He's Sulliston.
I don't know.
He does not.
We're not swimmers though.
Oh.
We're subterranean, like.
Don't start throwing around big words, bro.
They're cave people.
Yeah, we're cave people. No. Also, while I'm running in that location, I hit up Drox on the comm.
Yep.
And I tell them to evac and pinpoint our location, and all that. Hopefully to drop cables or something to get the carbonite. I don't know. This is, oh my god, dude.
Yeah. You hear? All right, I'm on my way. This whole time, while all of this is going on, Eedee,
Yeah.
Har senses a slight pull on the force. Eedee, you sense something pull on the force, something different. Someone that's not Eedee, someone that's not Har or your Shardling or any of the shards on the other side of the city. And you hear a soft melody. You see images of what looks to be this memory of somebody who has seen this before. Just, you see Flid standing over what looks to be a hole, staring down at the ocean of Camino. You see Har holding the severed hand of a Sulliston. Osh is in the background, bleeding from a wound. You can see yourself, but in this vision, you are whole. You see that you are not the one that was shot in the throat before. It was Jargo. And you see that the memory starts to zero in on this feminine creature in the Bacta tank. And you see her mouth a word to you. Can I have you try to make a perception check to deduce the word?
I will be
Only
using the
Eedee's
force
saying
point.
this.
Oh,
Because it will give me 4. If I use my last character point, it'll give me 3. So I'm gonna use my character point.
okay.
Or not. 13.
13.
I'm gonna stick with I'm gonna stick with 13.
Hey, excuse me. You've seen this word before. You've been in this situation where you've had to use cameras to kind of give you angles that you are not used to, being a kind of humanoid type of being, especially having gotten used to the droid bodies that you've had over the years. The word is help.
We'll take it.
She's in a Bacta tank. So the main problem is, how do you take the Bacta tank with you? Also, unbeknownst to you, you don't know what the hole is for. But you do know that Flid is distraught, sitting at the edge of it.
So I just want to make sure I understand correctly. It's
Yeah.
this is another view at what could have happened.
Yep.
So either way, it would have been the boys would have dropped, but there's a person in the Bacta tank asking for help.
You assume so.
I'm trying to figure out if they're offering us this new timeline or if they're begging for help. That's what I'm confused about.
The fun part about projective and receptive telepathy is that it's not actual telepathic communication. You can only pick up or send images and emotions.
Okay.
You can't really speak to each other. So, having been the recipient of a projective telepathy, you know that this is definitely strange, given how the power works. You've never had somebody give you a memory of theirs.
Yeah.
Especially not a memory that's wrong.
Not real.
Yeah.
But
you also know that you've far seen things that have never come to pass.
Can I walk to where I think it is?
Sure.
And I'm just gonna start knocking on it.
Okay. The rest of you see Eedee, well, not for Flid, but trying to figure out how to get his kids. But Haar, you'll see Eedee go up to the Bacta tank with the female humanoid in it, and he just starts to bang on it, and you just see her start to thrash and shake her head no.
Eedee. And I start to run towards the tank.
Yeah. You see her swimming back away from where he's hitting on the Bacta tank, and you do see that after about the 4th or 5th strike, his robotic strength is just starting to overcome the shielding of the glass, and you see it start to crack, and some of the liquid starts to spill out.
But the humanoid is rejecting this.
Yes. You see her start to kind of pull herself down below wherever the crack is, almost like she wants to stay in the liquid.
No way I would know.
Yeah. And Eedee just continues to bang.
I try to grab Eedee and pull him back.
Make a strength check.
Yeah, I don't. Would I even feel that?
If he rolls
That's-
high enough to pull you away, you would feel your feet having moved against your will.
Okay, then I would know that it's a cue to stop. But that's all I got.
Yep.
I'm blind, deaf,
And mute.
and mute. Yeah, I'm doing everything I can over here.
How
I
much?
just see you going psycho.
How much would you say Eedee weighs?
Oh gosh. Did I ever write that down? I never wrote that down. Um,
That's
like
why
the
I'm
crystal
asking.
itself.
No, all of you.
All of.
Oh, I lost track of how many bodies he's been in. I don't even know what body he's in now.
Yeah, I'm in the rose gold C3PO right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Hmm,
That whole thing.
That whole thing.
that one. Hmm. About to pick
75.
like nothing.
They're 75 kilograms, but well, first let me see what that is in pounds.
It's like 150, 160.
165.
See what it is in American.
I would
160.
I would say 125 just because I don't need all them cables.
Right. But you're
One,
also
140. 140.
okay. So either way, a little bit more heavy than a 6 on a strength roll can get. So Haar tries to pull Eedee away, but is not strong enough to pull this metallic body, this crystalline form, and you hear the last crack, and Eedee feels the last bit of resistance in the bacta tank, and the liquid starts to spill out from wherever the last bit of impact came, and you see that she is trying her best to stay in the liquid. Above you, suddenly the whole room is lit up as the Winchester has come around. The landing ramp comes down, cracking the dome structure, and you see Ruldu and Jargo standing on the ramp throwing down cables.
Have I jumped in the water yet?
Do you want to jump in the water?
Yeah, because it's just instinct. It would have been a natural instinct of mine to run, get on the comm as I'm running, and then just dive in after my
Okay.
boys.
So,
That's just instinctual at this point. Father instincts.
yeah. So, Eedee doesn't hear this.
Fuck, man. I hope you don't do this.
Eedee doesn't hear this, but Har sees Ruldu drop down his line, and he just looks around and he's just like, where is the ugly one?
Me? I'm right here.
No, the other one with the big bulbous eyes and the cavernous ears.
The hole over there. The water. He's jumped.
Oh, he's dead now then. Okay.
You
Clank.
have cables. Help him. Well, Eedee is done breaking something, so I'm gonna let him go and try to run towards where Flid was.
Yeah, you see the hole. You see the water underneath is turbulent. The storm is raging. The waves are easily 20 to 30 feet high. Some places, some it can get as high as 50 or 60. If Flid is an aquatic race, he might survive.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
It is a rough guesstimation of what is going on underneath those waves. It is nighttime. It's barely visible between lightning flashes as to what's going on. You don't even know where he dove in. And as all of you are just scatterbrained, trying to figure out the best option as to what to do, this is where we're going to call it for tonight. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. As always, please continue to wash your hands, continue to keep your distance, continue to wear your masks in public. If you are of age, please get yourselves vaccinated. If you are vaccinated, get yourself boosted. Although we are almost done with Omicron, as the scientists are predicting, it's still rampant, and COVID is still a thing. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. As always, we take mental health really serious here on the channel. So if you feel like you need help, please know that there are resources to reach out. If you're watching live, there are phone numbers going up on our Twitch chat. If you're watching on YouTube, it will be in the description box below. But just know that it is okay to not be okay. And if you are not in the United States, there is a link going up as well. So you can find the resources you need in the area that you live in. Also, I'm asking, please, if you are a friend or a family member of somebody that is a strong or happy-go-lucky personality, check in on them, please. You never know how a hello or how are you can change the trajectory of somebody's life. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, because we're still not out of the woods yet. Normally, I would give you our next week's rundown, but next week will be dark, as the channel is taking a small break, but we'll be back on the 31st with our Camarilla episode of Vampire the Masquerade, and the rest of the week will continue as planned. I believe it will be our Legend of the Five Rings on Tuesday, and it will be Dungeons and Dragons on Friday, so I'll look forward to all of those good stuff. Please enjoy the time off from the channel, get some rest, catch up on YouTube if you want to. But again, thank you for being part of this with me and with us, and I will see you when I see you. Have a good night.